Epidemic outbreaks of infectious diseases are rife in the Ecowas sub-region. The West Africa Health Organization says it recorded 40 of such epidemics last year. It has become imperative, therefore, for researchers to build a network to address the recurrence of such outbreaks. Meanwhile, Ghana is set to produce its first anti-snake serum by August this year. This is in line with the timelines to make Ghana self-sufficient in vaccines and able to supply countries in the sub-region. These were announced at an ongoing high-level meeting with vaccine manufacturers within the sub-region and the Africa Center for Disease Control.
Issues of vaccine security and equity have compelled African countries to produce their own locally. Although Africa produces just 1% of the vaccines it requires, the continent hopes to scale up production to 60% to meet the needs of its populations. Africa's pharmaceutical market is estimated to rake in $5 billion with such local production. This is why vaccine manufacturers within the sub-region and the Africa Center for Disease Control are meeting to identify how member states can collaborate to locally manufacture their own vaccines, not only for COVID-19, but also for other infectious diseases. Building the capacity of member states and that of the regional body is imperative to enable it to attain its targets. With just about 16% of Ecowas's population fully vaccinated, there will be the need to acquire about 380 million doses of vaccines to make up for the deficit.
Question of research. How do we key into the research networks? How do we key into some of our institutions? How do we key into ensuring that we come out with the research that will enable us for most other pandemics? Let me give you a very simple statistic. Only in 2021, one calendar year, we had a total of about 40 outbreaks of epidemic-prone diseases in the region, in West Africa. Of course, some would be 2 or 3 times, Lassa fever, cholera, meningitis, dengue fever. Name them, 40 in just 1 year. So it is important for us to start thinking in this direction.
Updating the meeting of Ghana's vaccine production roadmap, the chair of the Presidential Committee for Vaccine Development and Production, Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng, said Ghana would produce its own anti-snake venom by August this year.
One of the manufacturers, Atlantic Life Sciences, will finish anti-snake serum by August this year. So we hope that by August this year, in about 2-3 months' time, we'll have anti-snake serum being finished in Ghana. The construction of the first COVID manufacturing plant will start in the 3rd quarter of this year, and these are our immediate timelines. We're also interested in anti-tetanus toxoid, and our cooperation with some of our partners indicates that we will also be involved in the production of monoclonal antibodies. At some point after the 2 years when we have done the COVID-19, we will use the emerging technologies to produce malaria vaccines, tuberculosis vaccine, and anti-cancer drugs.
As member states prepare to upgrade their laboratories to facilitate fill and finish vaccines, the meeting also compels them to aim at manufacturing their own drug substances to break the cycle of dependence on global pharmaceutical companies. Sarah Ofori, GBC News, Accra.